video. I know it's been a minute since I made a video, but in this video, it's gonna be very, very good. So this is gonna be a back testing video on how I'm able to look at the charts, how I'm able to trade, how I look at the how I practice. Practice makes perfect. So this video is gonna be showing you guys how I practice, how I get better over the weekend. Today is actually Saturday, so I actually back test around this time. So I'm actually gonna record myself back testing today, just so you can see how I'm able to back test. All right. So one of the things you need to back test is the replay tool. I recommend the replay tool. It's $15 on TradingView. What it does is it allows you to go back in time like this, for example. So if I click the replay and use this, see how if I move this over, I could just delete that information and then trade as if I didn't see that. Trade like actually apply my strategy and see exactly how I'm able to trade. That's a very important thing I like about TradingView, is that the replay tool allows you to practice your skill set, practice your strategy, tweak it, practice your risk management, things like that, so you can have more confidence going into the next trading week, or have more confidence into your strategy. All right, back testing is what builds confidence. So without confidence, you won't feel like you're making any progress, right? Because you need to back test to build that confidence, to feel comfortable entering these trades, to feel like you're gaining progress. All right, so I back test every single weekend constantly, and in this video I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to a random time back. So I think I'll go like a year or two back, a time where I probably remember, but I don't really remember, because I trade SPX faithfully, but I don't really remember price action from last year that much. So I'm gonna go back in time so it could feel brand new to me, and we're gonna trade as if this is our first time trading. Actually trade like the live market, and we're gonna see if we can win some trades today, and show you guys exactly how I back test. So basically, we're in 2021, so think we could do like what? Let's do like August something. All right, let's start here. All right, so this is what we have so far. All right, so first things first is you want to make sure that you have a bias, you have some type of idea on where the market wants to go, right? You need to make sure that you have a bias, understand liquidity, right? So we obviously here have a high and a low, right? So we have two liquidity points here, right? This low and that low. Now, obviously this low is probably more likely to happen because of how strong it broke to the upside, but as you can see, we're in no man's land. So anytime SPX breaks a new high or enter territories where it doesn't have any data, it gets very tricky, because at this time no one knows where price wants to go next. So it's basically like you got to be very careful when it gets to these type of environments. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let price play out. I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm just gonna let price play out and see how price reacts. All right, so we had a big drop. Okay, big drop. Okay, big drop. But I am actually bullish right now overall, though, because if you look at the higher time frames, or you look at the overall trend, we're actually bullish. So buys will make sense here. So this short-term sells is fine, but buys is obviously showing bullish momentum right now. So that's what I'm kind of looking for. Now, when it comes to trading, though, you want to make sure you gotta figure out what type of trader you are. So if you're a scalper, you should be in a lower time frame, like 1 to 5 minutes, around that area, getting in and getting out. I'm intraday, so I'm sticking around the 15, 30, and 1 hour. And then if you're a swing trader, obviously you need to be looking at that weekly, daily, 4-hour time frames. Now, I don't really go too much above the 1 hour time frame, because like I said before, I'm an intraday, so I'm in and out the market. Like, I'm not a swing trader, I'm not a scalper, I'm like right in the middle. So I catch like the medium amount of points that I'm looking to catch. Like I average around, or I like to average around 30 or 40, maybe 50 at the most points in a day. So me personally, I don't really need to be on the higher time frame too much and mess up my strategy, because at the end of the day, I'm not really into swing trading, so there's really no point for me to look at the higher time. Yes, in some cases you need to look at the higher time frames to make sure that you're entering or following the right trend. But overall, I like to look at the 1 hour, 30, 15. Sometimes I drop to the 5 minute if the entries are not as clear on the 15, 30, and 1 hour. But me personally, I stick to those 3 time frames so I could be able to catch my moves. All right. So right now, though, as we can see, price I'm still bullish, so I don't really want to wait. I really don't want to enter any sales right now. So we're going to keep pressing play and let price play out some more. Okay, big drop. Okay, big drop again. I'm letting it fall. Like when stuff like this happens, you gotta let price fall, okay? Because this is just a short-term sell in my opinion. Because like I said, we are overall bullish, so I'm not really looking to get into sales right now. Even though I can, because I'm an intraday, I could get in, get out. But I want to try to follow the flow of the market. I want to follow the flow, so my trades could be more easier on me, right? Because if you're trying to sell in the buy market, you're gonna feel an ease. I like to feel that ease. So I like to follow the order flow. So I'm waiting for some type of buy momentum to show so I could be able to get back in the flow of the market and feel more comfortable entering my trades. So as of right now, price is doing that. So candles like this is what excites me, when there's strong momentum back to the upside. So now I know the volume or a change of pace is starting to happen. So now once price does that, now we have some momentum. So now my strategy starts to kick in. So obviously I see a beautiful fair value gap created here, right? That's step one, finding that FVG. For me, I love fair value gaps. Shout out to ICT. I love fair value gaps. They're one of my favorite entry confirmations ever. And I abused them to the T. Like, I abuse FVGs. I abuse them. Like, I love entering off of fair value gaps, right? And you will, you probably would too after this video. Like, fair value gaps are very, very, very powerful. All right. So once I see momentum shift, now I see a beautiful FVG formed. Now I'm starting to get into, okay, let's see what happens next. So once again, though, price did take out a bunch of liquidity to the left here. So what this move here did was took out all these people's stops. So notice how we had equal lows here. Notice how price rallied strongly to those areas, and then it took them out, consolidated, and then showed price ready to reverse. It did its damage, right? Price did its damage. You got to understand where liquidity lies, guys. Without liquidity, it's very hard to understand why price is going where it's going. So as you can see, we had equal lows here, which is why price rallied that hard into those areas, consolidated. Now it's showing a change of pace, possibly back to the upside. So we had a beautiful fair value gap formed there. We had a liquidity grab, change of pace into expansion. Right now we're looking for a retracement into the fair value gap. Okay, looking for a retracement and possibly aim for this high all the way up here. That's what we're looking for, right? A change of pace into the high all the way up there. All right, so now what I'm doing is press play again. So we got some more momentum pushing higher, more momentum, which is great. Now I'm not looking to sell in this FVG here. Why? Because of the fact that I told you I'm bullish. So I believe once price took out the lows, like I said, price is already showing bullish tendencies by how the volume switch gears here. So me looking to sell doesn't even make sense right now, because even if it does sell here, it's fine. But overall, price is showing me bullish tendencies, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm looking to attack this previous high here, right? This liquidity area. And I'm looking to buy into that area, right? Because I know there's a lot of sellers up here that's sitting up here that the algorithm is going to look to take out. We have strong momentum to the upside. We also had a small little clean break of structure there, right? So we're looking good. So we had a clean break right there. FVG. Double check and make sure that this FVG is in the optimal trade entry, what gives it more confirmation, which it is. And also, if the FVG is in the OTE, most likely is also in discount, right? Anything below the 50 is discount. Obviously, if the FVG is in OTE, is in the discounted area. So what I mean by discounted area is, if I go to the other one, go to this fib, anything below the 50 is a valid setup or a valid idea, right? Because you're going to enter buy setups in a discounted area, right? So anything below the 50 is a discounted area. So what you do is you measure the low to the high, figure out that equilibrium. Equilibrium is the 50% range. Figure out where's that equilibrium at, where's that dealing range located. And then you look for buys below the 50% level, right? Because that is where most buyers are more likely on your side, or more higher probability chance of you winning your trade. So now if I go to it, we had a liquidity grab here, right? Liquidity, right? I'm just gonna put LQ, right? Liquidity grab there. I'm gonna actually put it all the way to the right. Right, liquidity grab. We also had a fair value gap formed. Right, and then also change of pace, break of structure. Right, so we got a lot of confirmation going for ourselves. We also hitting the OT levels. right? We OTE FVG levels, so everything is perfect. So right now, all we gotta do is see what price does next. I could be wrong here, guys. I could just marked up all this and be wrong. I don't know, right? I don't know yet. So, but like I said, this is based off what I look at, how I trade. So let's see what happens. So we're gonna press play. Okay, so price is pushing down. I'm looking to buy once price reaches this FVG. I'm looking to target at least there. Okay, so this could be a possible great trade if it goes right. So our stop loss is gonna be around, we could do 26 points, 27 points, but this is a great win if we get it. This is almost a 1 to 4 risk reward, 1 to 3.6 around. So this is a great risk reward, great return for your money if it goes the right way. So let's see if this trade plays out. Right, so press play again. So price enters our entry. Bang, we get a nice wick entry, beautiful, right off the FVG. Press play again. See, we get. All right, so price is playing around. Okay, price comes back into entry. Okay, we get a nice rally out of that. Beautiful. So I would probably would have took partials here. Bang, couple partials there. Delete this off so you can see it clearly. So I probably took some partials at this high here. Left a runner. See if price plays out some more. Okay, so target achieved. All right. So target achieved on that trade, which is beautiful. And that was a 1 to 3. Beautiful trade, beautiful execution, beautiful price action, right? So I hope that was a clear cut example for you guys. So let's move on to the next one. Beautiful trade, delete everything. You take a screenshot of everything, how I marked everything up, but this was a beautiful textbook trade. Hope you guys were able to see that. All right, so now delete everything, move on to the next trade. So that was the first trade we won. So let's try to move on, see if we catch another trade. So we do have another FVG here. Now I would look to buy down here, right, and see if it returns, but it's so far up in the sky that I believe that it probably won't come back down there. So we probably could possibly look for some fair, like this fair value gap here is beautiful, right? It consolidated here, rallied higher, beautiful fair value gap intact. So I'll probably look to enter if it returns back into this fair value gap. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Price consolidating. So this right here is called inducement, right? So when you see something like this happen, when price is kind of like hovering, this is inducement. So it's triggering buyer, like retail traders into the market. So this is inducing people. So it's sitting above our entry level, right? But price is creating like this liquidity pool. So when price does decide to rally back down, we could snatch all your stop loss and then get into our entry. All right. So we're going to see what happens here. Okay, price, bang. Oh, actually did it miss our entry or drop? Okay, I placed the FVG the wrong way. And it wicked it, y'all. It wicked it. So I fixed our FVG. So like I told you, I was looking to get in here. And our target would have obviously been at that high. And then my SL would have been just below that low. So that would have been the trade there. Move this over. Move this over. Bang. So now, see what happens here. So price actually comes back and taps entry. So we're in this trade and TP smack once again, guys. Beautiful price action once again. So let's review it again. So once again, we go from this low, right, the last sell count to the high. We can obviously see that the FVG is most definitely inside of discount. We go from low, we make sure it's in OTE levels. As you can see, price hits the 62, which is obviously an OTE level entry. Secondly, price did indeed break structure to the upside on this move here. Right, so basically so far we finding our rhythm, right? We're finding our rhythm. We're catching these trades like that. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff, guys. So once again, OTE level, FVG, inducement, creating this liquidity pool. Price comes down, grab liquidity, runs into our fair value gap, reboots, shoots up, and hits our final target for a 1 to 2 risk reward. Bang, beautiful stuff. Right, so right now, once again, price is up in the air, so we gotta let price continue to, just do what it has to do. This could be a possible entry here again, but we're up in the air right now, so let's see what happens next. Okay, price is starting to consolidate. Price is starting to consolidate. Nothing going on yet. More consolidation. So we don't want to really enter anything yet. Price is just doing what it do. All right, so we do have a FVG here. Interesting. So we do have a small fair value gap here that we could look to enter. Because if you think about it, price did shoot to the, it didn't shoot, but it grabbed liquidity to the downside. Now, since price been sitting up here for so long, me personally, I think price may be ready to come down. As you can see though, we are still in a buy state of mind, but like I said, I'm an intraday trader, so I can look for sells here and there. So I do like how this fair value gap, like the volume of this candle shot down into the fair value gap, and we could possibly sell here, possibly looking to target these lows here, or possibly shoot back down to this fair value gap here to refill. Because I think, once again, I think this fair value gap needs to be filled if anything. So I will look to sell at least to there, if that makes sense. Because this is a big move and this is a big gap that needs to be filled. All right, so I will look to sell this position here. So let's say I sold there, I sell just above there, and I'm looking to target my partial will be taken there, second partial there at the end of the FVG. Then I'll also look to take it there, but if possible, because we do have a lot of imbalances down here as well, right? Even though I was bullish, price needs to like get that momentum back, like that big momentum back, right? So there's a lot of FVGs unfilled down here. So this is making me believe that price may want to come back down here and fill these gaps as a way to start to reboot the next move. So we could possibly sell not only down to this fair value gap, but maybe even further down to maybe here. You get what I'm saying, guys? I don't know, right? But that's what I'm thinking, right? So let's see though. We're gonna take a chance here and sell this FVG. If it don't work, it don't work. I'm wrong, but if it does work, we're perfect. So let's see if we could get price to return back down to this fair value gap, which is a big win if we able to get it. 1 to 5 risk reward. I'm gonna make SL a little higher, make it 20 to almost 100-point gain, which is a 1 to 5. And we're gonna see if these FVGs could get filled, right? Because these are like magnets in the market. These FVGs is the reason why price shoots to them, because they want to rebalance price. So this is why it's making me believe price has to come down here to these levels and rebalance. But I could be possibly wrong. The price could obviously shoot higher, but I think for price to even go even more higher, it has to rebalance itself and then make that nice adjustment. So let's see if price could do that. So we're gonna press play. All right, so we get some sell pressure. Okay, so there it is. So the first TP would have hit right there, right? Or the first partial would have hit there. See how price shot right to this fair value gap that I mentioned? Right there. Partial taken, right? Partial taken. We're going to let it run, see what happens later. See that FVG was strong though. Okay, price shoots down lower. Price comes back to entry again. Okay, I'm just going to let it rock. Okay, so price is shooting right where we thought it would go, which is beautiful. This is crazy. All right. And does it get there though? And does it get to where we said? I don't think it made it there, y'all. I don't think it made it to where we thought it was going to get to. But as you can see, though, we was right, though. We was right for the most part. We've seen how price dumped right to where, or almost right to where we thought it was going to go. Right, this is a beautiful sell-off from our entry. So from our entry alone, we probably took a bunch of partials, probably had like 10% running in the trade. But as you can see, this trade was very, very, very high quality, right? Hope you guys are understanding why I'm making these decisions. Okay, so let's move forward. See if we could catch another move. We 2-0 right now, guys. We 2-0. Haven't lost yet. That's not jinx it, right? It's not jinx it. But right now we are 2-0 on the back testing. And let's see if we could catch another one. So we have a strong buy right here. Strong buy. Let's see though. So we have a beautiful fair value gap here. We could possibly take this FVG there, right? Because this is, once again, price made that consolidation, took out this low here, took out the low, consolidated, shot higher, showed volume, price returns back to the fair value gap. So we could be looking for, I don't know though. I don't know, because we starting to trend down, but I don't know yet. Let's see though. We could take a small risk here. Move it there. Say like about there. Let's see what happens. So price took it out. Okay, fine. Price takes us out. We move on, right? But I'm not mad at this. Matter of fact, let me double check and see. Did I make a mistake, guys? Hold up. Did I make a mistake? Was this FVG where it needs to be? So it definitely wasn't an OTE. Let's see. Was the fair value gap in the optimal trade? Was it? Okay. So I made a mistake here, guys. So the fair value gap wasn't quite where it needed to be. It wasn't, like, I entered at a premium. That's my fault. I rushed it. I entered a premium. That's why I lost the trade. I wasn't paying attention. Right. So I just made a mistake, y'all. I honestly just made a mistake because I rushed it. Saw the fair value gap. Boo boo. I just honestly literally just made a mistake just now. So this is how you learn from that. Don't enter before the 50% if you're looking to buy. Enter below. So as you can see, my SL would have been a way different scenario if I entered where it needed to be. Even though I was still being drawdown, my trade would have still been active, right? But at the end of the day, I made a mistake, so I lost the trade. I can't go back. The move already happened. We move forward. So I'm gonna let price play out some more, see what happens. Still bearish. So actually, that trade that we called earlier on the sell actually hit that FVG we mentioned. Right? I just pulled the trigger early because I thought we was starting to trend up to the upside based off that move. But as you can see, it did hit where we thought it was gonna hit, which is crazy. All right. But unfortunately, we didn't hold that trade all the way down. But it did play out, guys. It did play out. So let's see now. So we're just dumping. So there's no signs of buys right now as we think. But we just took out a major liquidity level. Typically, when liquidity levels get taken, you start to see a reverse in the market. We haven't got that reversal yet, but we did take out a major liquidity level there. Let's see if we can start getting a push back to the upside. All right, so we had a nice strong push there. Okay. Now I go to the 30-minute. We do have the order block that was just created right here. So I love seeing order blocks. Order block created there with the FVG. So we had the order block there, right along with the FVG right here. Well, the FVG didn't create yet. Let's see if it creates. Okay, it creates itself. So we have the fair value gap right there, but we do have an order block below it. So what I do is I like to enter at the FVG level, and if it breaks to the fair value gap, then it will have to run into that order block. If it breaks through the order block, then we're just fucked. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but we're just messed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it breaks through the both of those, then the trade just wasn't meant to be, right? But let's see what happens though. So far, we don't really have too much of a bias yet, but let's see. Okay, so price comes into it and hit that fair value gap. So I'm gonna take a buy here. Not yet, actually, no, because we didn't. I'm tripping, guys. No, I wouldn't take a buy there actually, because we didn't actually. Price didn't come down into our 50%. See me rushing again, right? I'm just see FVG and think enter. A lot of people do that, right? You can't do that, right? So I'm not gonna buy there. Actually, I'm gonna actually wait and let price do what they need to do. And we're gonna look to see if price can come back down into this fair value gap and give us our entry. So press play. Okay, price rallies higher, which is fine. Okay, so it rallies higher, so that means that we move our fib higher. And now we get the real range of the market. So our fair value gap does have more opportunity there. which is fine, right? Order block there as well. So we have the fair value gap right above the order block. So I am still looking to enter at the fair value gap if it gets back in there, right above the order block. Yeah, so I'm looking to enter somewhere around there. So let's see though. Okay, price comes in and taps it beautifully. That's our entry. We get in, right? We get in, we rock out. See what happens. So we're looking to target back up to at least these highs, because these are equal highs up here. Like I said, we always looking to attack liquidity all the time. But once again, we had the fair value gap in discount, right? I made sure it's in discount this time. I'm on my stop loss a little lower, or actually a little higher, make it 1 to 3-ish, right? Protect our SL, put our SL right below the order block itself. And then we're looking to target these highs up there. Let's press play. Price comes back down. Okay, price comes back down. Okay. And it shoots. Okay. So we're still in the trade, a little bit of drawdown, and partial one taken. Right. So we just took another partial there. Boom. Right. Beautiful stuff. So another partial taken. Let's see what happens next. So partial one taken. Okay. Does that TP get hit though? Almost it missed it. But this is still a solid trade, guys. Y'all see the trade idea. Like this was a solid buy opportunity that just happened here. Right? Solid buys. All right. So once again though, going back to our confirmations, we had the FVG price broke structure obviously here. We had the return into the fair value gap, into the strong push up. It missed our final target, but I mean, who really cares at that point? We already up a lot. A lot of partials are already taken. TPs are probably already taken. People probably already closed, right, for the most part. But this was still a valid trade. And this trade went for roughly over 100 points. So, I think I'm gonna end the call here, or the training here, or the whatever you want to call it, the back testing video here. I only back test for about 20-30 minutes, sometimes an hour, depending. But I like to get in and out. I do sessions, so I do like a 30-minute session, stop, do another 30-minute session later on, stop. You know what I'm saying? Or I take 4 or 3 trades and stop, see what happens. No, I don't want to overdo it, but I don't want to burn myself out. But I also want to give myself a nice little time, like a little study session, right? But as you can see, out of the 4 trades we did take, I believe we won 3 of them. We lost 1, but we won 3 of them. So we was 3 for 4, 75%. And a lot of these trades were big moves. So I hope you guys enjoyed this back testing video. I think the next back testing video I'm gonna do is GJ, and hopefully we could smack GJ up too, how we smack SPX. But like I said, this is how I back test, this is how I study, this is how I get my confidence up, and hopefully this help you guys learn a thing or two. All right, so until then, see you guys in the next video. Take care. Enjoy your weekend, or enjoy your weekday whenever you're watching this. All right, see y'all.